Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another film of Star Equestrian, featuring Dashabella and her alcoholic beverage named Stallion Vodka. Okay, no, seriously. Hi guys, welcome back to another Star Equestrian video. We're looking a little extra fancy this week because we have a brand new theme for the photo contest because, of course, it's a brand new week. And the attire, it's probably going to give you a bit of an idea as to what the theme is, but we'll be talking about that a little bit later on. But yeah, welcome to this week's video, guys. Quick disclaimer before we actually jump into the video. If you are seeing this video, chances are the breeding update has not been released yet, or two, the breeding update has released basically later on in the week, and unfortunately I'm overseas again for work, so I couldn't record a video. So yeah, if you guys are seeing this one, there is going to be no mention of the breeding update if it happens this week. I'm kind of hoping it is not happening this week and they push it to like next week, because at least if it's next week, we can do coverage on the breeding update. So yeah, just quick disclaimer. So anyways, for today's video, since we're not going to be talking about any breeding update because it doesn't exist yet in this video, we're going to be doing a few things. Obviously, I want to do a quick recap of last week's photo contest because I want to show you my picture for that one. I thought it was very, very adorable. I also want to give you guys an update on my breeding project. I have made some pretty big progress on the breeding project. Obviously, it's cost me thousands of gems as well. I'll walk you through that. And then to wrap things up for today's video, I'm going to finally finish my Flutterwing collection because, as you guys know, or maybe don't know, I have almost all of the Flutterwings in Star Equestrian. So we have the Ice Flutterwing, the Storm Flutterwing, the Gloom Flutterwing, and the Fire Flutterwing. And obviously we have the original Flutterwing because if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to breed at all. The only Flutterwing we're missing is this one, which is the Earth Flutterwing. So we're going to be breeding that today and basically finishing my collection. This breeding could be very special today because there is supposedly a very special flourish that we could possibly get that is incredibly rare. I don't know if I have a picture of it on me at the moment. I'll have to dig it up and I'll put it on the screen for you guys, but it was just this very, I think, like willow themed mane and tail. And there has been like another quick discussion brought up of this on Discord. Originally, I thought it was going to be for a brand new limited time horse, but turns out we can breed for this now. And it's kind of like a hidden flourish that we need to get. And you can only get it on nature themed horses. So fingers crossed we get lucky. And I mean, I'd be glad if I could just get one part of the flourish. Maybe in the future, I'll try and breed for the rest of it. But yeah, we're going to be breeding and finalizing my Flutterwing collection, which is so exciting. I actually can't believe I'm this close to finishing my Flutterwing collection. So with that said, let's jump into today's video by starting off with the photo contest. So it should not come as a surprise, okay? The theme for this week is Equestrian Elegance, which is why I kind of did the weird opening. I do hope you enjoyed it because I did feel rather embarrassed saying the opening like that. But yeah, the theme for this week is Equestrian Elegance. And for me, like when I see the theme for this week's photo contest, I'm immediately thinking of like dressage, black tie, black Frisians, like very black tie, very fancy, maybe like more classic equestrian. I'm also sometimes thinking of just like very elegant pictures of horses maybe. So maybe there's going to be a lot of entries of people with horses out in nature, just looking very pretty, very beautiful, lots of flowers, maybe some cliffs, that kind of business. So very, very excited. I'm not going to show you guys my entry. You'll have to wait until next week. But I did decide to go for a very dressage themed entry, which is why I'm kind of dressed up like this because Dasha wants to be a little extra. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to win, but I do like my entry because I did decide to do something a little bit different for my photo this week. So yeah, hope you guys see it, and if you do recognize me, hi, but only please vote for it if you like the photo and it is a better photo than the other photo that's lined up next to it. You guys know what I mean, okay? I trust you all. But speaking of photo contest, let's talk about the last week's entries as well. So for the theme for last week, it was country life, and there were a lot of Bronco pictures, a lot of farm pictures. I mean, you guys know country life, right? You would always think like farm life, on the farm, at a ranch, maybe even out in the wild, which is why we saw some wild pictures from Bronco. So the results for country life. We had a lot of variety, and I actually really liked it for the Country Life top 3. So the top 3 winners for Country Life this week was Radioactive Ash with their entry coming in first place. Second place went to Ivy Chet, and then we had Flora the Flower Bag, one of my clubmates, actually coming in third. And I love how all the photos were massively different between one another, because we have in the past have had photos where it's like the top 3 were very, very similar, you know, and I know some people feel it's, you know, not that great if you have the same things placing top 3. But the entries were very cute. Country life, like, I think this is as country as it gets, guys. You have a house, like a decrepit house, like very, very country style house, right? It's just no civilization. You've got the pen, you have one of the broodmares with their foals as well, and you have the owner just kind of smiling down at the new baby. Like, this is as country as it gets. So I am so glad that this ended up being the winning photo, because there were some photos where I was like, yeah, it's country life, but I think maybe it's a little bit too fancy for country life. Ivy Chet's photo, another one that looked very country, posing with one of the cows. I saw a lot of cows and chickens in my voting pool last week as well. So I'm glad that a cow managed to place in second place for this week too. But I also love the horse and foal in the photo, especially the foal. The foal is so adorable. I love the color of the foal. I know it's smoky black, but it's okay. I love that coat color so much. And I love the pose too. It looks so curious and adorable. And then in third place, we had my clubmate. This was Flora. And I remember seeing Flora ask for some of our club members to kind of help her with her photo. And if I'm not mistaken, the theme for the photo that Flora did was basically a herd of Mustangs, or I mean, they're Frisians, but we're going to pretend they're Mustangs. If she watches these videos, she could probably correct me in the comments. But basically just a herd of wild horses passing through. And I really loved how it turned out, because I didn't even get to see the photo in our club Discord. I kind of just, you know, left it until the photo contest ended. And I was so proud that she managed to come in third place with this, because this is a photo that requires a lot of effort. Like, you need other people to help you with the photo, and then you have to place yourself, and then you have to make sure everyone's in the right place. Like, yeah, this is a photo that required a lot of teamwork. So I'm really, really happy for Flora that she managed to place third with this picture. I placed 68th. Here's my photo. Very, very basic. It's just me kind of trying to soften up and tame Ariel, who is one of my newer horses. And I think the thing I was kind of aiming for with my photo was I wanted that like very loving look, right? Because when you're taming a new horse, you have to build that connection with them, and eye contact was very important. So I really wanted my horse and I to just sort of have that look, you know, like that look of friendship, that look of trust. And I loved how it turned out in my photo. So yeah, I placed 68th with my photo. And guess who got a pair of monkey ears for her reward this week? Yep. I'm not joking, guys. I got a pair of monkey ears. Did not know these existed, honestly. I heard of fox ears and I've heard of cat ears, and I think there's like another pair of ears out there, but definitely not monkey ears. So this is brand new to me. Oh, oops, wrong button, guys. But yeah, pair of monkey ears. You can find these in the helmet section. So I can't wear any headgear if I'm wearing the monkey ears. And gosh, I want to love them, but they're monkey ears. I don't know anybody on planet Earth that would want these. Let me know in the comments if you do. But yeah, I will have to say I'm in the camp of I never asked for these, and I don't think I ever will, even after owning them. If I could, I would give them away. Just FYI. Okay guys, much better. Moving on, here's a update on my liver flaxen breeding project, because guys, we have made huge progress on this. So the last time I updated you guys on my flaxen liver project, we have a pretty good base for this. And You can see I've favorited a lot of horses here. But you guys probably remember this horse I showed in one of my previous videos. So I've named this horse Feather. There is a proper name for this horse. And this is basically what I'm currently working for with liver flaxen. It's not perfect. It is not my ideal liver flaxen yet. I would like to go lighter if possible, but I'm still looking for a lighter mane to pair with this coat, because unfortunately not all coats work. Sorry, not all manes will work on the liver coat. So I'm still looking for, a better version of this. Now, whilst I have this horse, I have been trying to breed socks, like high stockings on this liver coat. And I have to say, guys, it was very, very, very difficult actually. I tried to do this and it became very expensive, but I will admit, I think it got expensive because I got a little bit greedy. So what I tried to do was I bred this horse and a couple of other horses I have that kind of look like Feather back to the liver Flaxen Arabian, because the liver Flaxen Arabian has the stockings that I want, the high stockings. Just a quick reminder in case you guys may have forgotten what I'm kind of talking about here. Sorry, the Pentabian, it's not an Arabian. So high stockings, it's on this horse, so it should be relatively easy to transfer, right? Wrong. Wrong. I bred a bunch of dud horses trying to get the full stockings, okay? But I did get some really, really pretty coats, which were quite surprising. So I remember I bred this horse, Brandy. So this is actually the color that I was kind of hoping to get, on my Friesians. I think I got 2 of them in this color, but Brandy has a really interesting belly marking. So I'm going to put bareback on this horse. Look at this really interesting belly marking, like kind of appelusory. Really surprising, to be honest. I was not expecting this at all. I do like it. Unfortunately, though, Brandy's socks were not what I was looking for. So this is kind of like a no progress kind of horse. Another coat that I ended up getting was this one, which was actually kind of shocking, guys. Like, look at this coat. Like, would you have ever expected Feather, when bred to the Pentabian, to give me this coat? I didn't, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And I really love it, guys. Like, it's just, I don't know what to call this. Yeah, I've been calling it like a skunk gale, like, because everyone keeps calling the bloody shoulder horses nightingales, but oh my gosh, really, really love this. Here's another foal that was from the same batch, and this one was a pretty simple one. We just have a bit of a splash happening on the back. We also got the badger face on this coat too, and we got 3 high stockings. So I was thinking this was going to be the foal, but then I noticed like the mid stocking on the front leg, and I was like, dang it, I'm not done yet. So I had to spend more gems. But I do like how simple this horse is, and I'm also pretty grateful that I still have my flaxen on this, so I can always use this horse in the future if I want to try and breed for some different patterns, which is a huge benefit from me getting all these different kinds of horses from these breedings, because maybe I get like some random cool pattern to suddenly appear. Because some of the mixes, it seems like you can get some really crazy stuff if you mix the right coats together. So yeah, this one is one of the more simple, actually I think it is the simplest coat from this batch. The final new coat from this batch is this really interesting lightning strike pattern kind of thing happening on the horse, and it goes all the way from the neck down the horse's body. So this horse's name is Vargas. He was, I think, one of my last horses I bred before I stopped and basically gave up on trying to get the stockings in that breeding batch, because oh my gosh, guys, I spent a lot of gems in that batch. And unfortunately, of all the horses that I bred, none of them had the 4 stockings, which was actually quite disappointing. Hey there guys, Editing Dasha here. Quickly coming in to save the day because I know somebody is going to ask this question. Dasha, how do you know that your white-shouldered horses don't have 4 white stockings? I know someone's going to ask that question. And thankfully, I can actually answer this for you. So normally, you would never be able to tell what socks your horse would have on their front legs if they have like this white shoulder marking thing, because there's no way to identify it, right? Like the full leg is white. Now, in my case, I was actually able to check my horse's legs because for some reason on mobile, this coat is glitched and like half the leg doesn't show the white pattern. Weird, I know, and I don't know how to fix it, but I'm so grateful I had the bug because it helped me identify if I had 4 stockings or not. And I checked all my horses. None of them had full stockings. All of them had at least 1 mid-sock. I think overall during that breeding session, I think I spent like 15 to 16,000 gems on breedings. And you can only imagine how disappointed I felt that day. And honestly, I was pretty disappointed in myself. I probably could have taken this breeding session a little bit more slowly. I could have done it, throughout the course of like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I blew everything in one day because for some reason in my brain, I thought I was going to be able to get my stockings in one day, which was very, very silly on my part. So yeah, this is why breeding in Star Equestrian can get so expensive and so frustrating because you think you're so close to your dream horse and all of a sudden the game just decides to not spit out the foal that you want. So yeah, I had kind of had to pause on breeding, but this was not the end of my breeding session. I did do another couple breedings. I want to say like the next week after this or like a few days later. And I actually used this horse for those breedings. So Vargas was my stud that I used to get the last 2 foals from my breeding batch. And basically after those 2 foals, I basically stopped because I was like, if I keep doing this, I'm gonna burn so many gems on regular horses. Like I could have used those gems on breeding fantasies to add to my catalog. But yeah, so Vargas, he was my stud for the next 2 foals. And I kind of liked the next 2 foal guys, not gonna lie. So this is Kodiak. Don't panic. I know this is a black horse, but please stay with me. Kodiak was possible because I bred Vargas with another liver flaxen Pentabian. I actually bred with, I think, Flora or maybe someone else from a club. I don't know, but one of my club mates, they lent me their Pentabian. And Kodiak ended up being one of the 2 babies that I ended up getting. So Vargas and the flaxen liver Pentabian spit out this coat marking. And I'm just like, dang, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I've not seen this or maybe I don't see people riding horses with this coat pattern, but I do think it is really, really cool. Let me do up the mane so we can kind of see what's happening on the neck. Yeah, I don't think there is actually anything happening, but just look at that, guys. Like, that is so cool. Like really, really pretty. And you can obviously tell this horse was massively influenced by the Pentabian because I think all of these horses that I've bred recently, they all have the Arabian mane as the default mane. So yeah, Kodiak was one of the last 2 foals, the second last foal I bred. And yeah, pretty pleased with this horse. I think in the future I will have to breed him to see what else he can possibly make because yeah, he has a really unique body pattern. And also, okay, just a heads up, Kodiak has 4 stockings. So when I saw this horse being born, I knew that, okay, Kodiak might be the wrong color, but the next foal after Kodiak might be what I'm looking for. So obviously I kind of had to breed again to see like, okay, am I going to get liver and am I going to finally get my 4 high stockings? And lo and behold, guys, this is Starlet. So I did finally manage to get those 4 high stockings, and it's also liver and it also is flaxen. And surprisingly, between the horses that I bred, because remember Vargas, he's kind of got like that like lightning marking on his body, and the Pentabian, it's basically Tobiano. No Tobiano in sight on this horse, and it's got dapples. And I'm like, who had these dapples last time? And I think I might have been Cowboy, who was my foundation liver. So it's really interesting to see like how the genetics in this game can kind of change and how far back certain genetics seem to go. So Yeah, this is Starlet. I finally got my stockings. So I am done breeding for stockings. I'm kind of done breeding for mains unless I find something nicer. But my thing's not over. But this is kind of over. Okay, Starlet is a beautiful horse and I'll be using this for breedings in the future. But I do have a new project happening. And actually, I'm going to show you right now. I did a breeding today because I kind of had to make an appointment with one of the players from the Discord. So it was Princess Foxy. Firstly, Foxy, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for the breeding. Foxy had a liver chestnut with a mane that I was very interested in. So here's the little baby that we ended up breeding. Now, the thing is, I cannot tell at this point of time if this mane and tail is the same color as Foxy's horse. I think it is, but it also looks really similar to, you know, my other babies with like that mane and tail color. So I'm only going to be able to find out if this is the right color in like, I guess tomorrow. But oh my gosh, I got the color. Okay, I did not get the stockings, which was I think the only sad thing about this breeding. But if I do get the color, and if I do get a new mane and tail style, because her horse also had a different mane and tail style, we might be able to breed this horse back with Starlet, for example, to hopefully fix up that one little sock. Because it's like, it's just one mismatched sock. It's not the end of the world, but I do kind of want to have my horses look a little uniform. And I would appreciate if I kind of had my project horses to look a certain kind of way, because I don't think it's, I don't think it's unreasonable to, like, if you make a breeding project, it would kind of make sense that you want your breeding projects to have a certain look. So that it's like, okay, these are horses that I spent a super long time breeding and they finally look a certain way, because it took me a really long time for me to finally get this, which is like technically my dream horse at this point of time. We are kind of missing Dapples, but you know, it doesn't matter. But very, very proud of how far this breeding project has come. Very proud of Starlet because she's gorgeous. She is just a really, really pretty horse. And I think the funniest thing is that she looks like a catalog horse now, because you know how all the catalog horses, they have like special markings, they tend to have uniform socks and everything. Like, oh, I guess not really, but she looks like a catalog horse. No? Okay, hang on, Frisian Sports. Oh, oops, 5 stars there. So you see the Frisian Sports here, okay? Yes, you see the Frisian Sports. Tell me Starlet does not look like a catalog horse now. Like, please tell me. She looks like she belongs in the catalog now. She is gorgeous. It's okay. I will make her more gorgeous in the future, but I'm going to wait till I have the gems for it, because I am not in a good position with gems at the moment. But I'm working on it, okay? I promise. I am working on those gems. Okay, guys, bit of change of scenery. I have decided for our Flutterwing breeding, we're going to do it in the Redwoods, obviously, you know, because that's where we did the summon for our Flutterwing Arabian. I'm just trying to remember what patch of flowers I did the summoning in. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was this patch of flowers, because we need a little bit of luck, especially for today. Because if I'm going to get that special mane and tail, I'm going to kind of need all the luck in the world to make this breeding happen. But the breeding pairing that we're going to be using for today, actually, let me go back. So for the Earth Flutterwing, guys, if you want to breed this, you need to have basically the Grove Spirits. So you can use any of the Grove Spirits as one of the parents alongside the Flutterwing Arabian. And as long as you use one of these, you're going to potentially get the Flourishes. There is one thing I'm a little upset about, actually, which is this purple. Yeah, this Grove. I really want that Grove. I do not have a Spring Clydesdale. I need a Spring Clydesdale to make it. And to this day, even after doing all my races, I still have not gotten that horse, which I'm really annoyed about. But anyways, yeah, because I don't have that horse, we will be doing the breeding with Ocean Lily. So I think, yeah, here it is. So we're going to use Ocean Lily. And for the other horse we're gonna play it safe, guys. We're going to use Faye. I did consider using one of my other horses, okay? The only problem is, if I use Cheese Fluff, Princess, or Shakespeare, okay? So the Ice, the Fire, and the Gloom Flutterwings, I might get a cheese face. And we do not want a cheese face on this horse. No way in heck am I going to get a cheese face on my Earth Flutterwing. No, thank you. Alternatively, I could use Party, but I just do not like the Storm Spirit mane. So I really wanted to get rid of this as well. So I think we're just gonna use Faye. This does mean we might get a boring pairing, but I think I want to be safe with this breeding because like after the mishap with the Ice Flutterwing, like guys, I can't, man. I can't. My heart broke when that horse grew up. So I can't afford to have that same heartbreak with this breeding. So yeah, hopefully everything goes well. But before that though, I think we've got to do a little bit of a fairy dance, you know, one of those little fairy summoning rituals. So I'm gonna just go for a little bit of a prance around my Flutterwing summoning circle. That actually sounds really bad. It's not, trust me. Oh my gosh, I lost my mouse. Okay, one more round, 3 rounds around the circle, okay? And then we are going to park ourselves right in the middle. Okay, there we go. So we're right in the middle. We have gone around it 3 times. I'm going to switch to, oh, do I use Faye or do I use Ocean Lily? I kind of think we've got to use Ocean Lily. Yeah, so we're gonna ride on to Ocean Lily because Ocean Lily is going to play a big part in this breeding, which I'm actually super nervous about right now. Why am I so nervous? Oh, I think it's because I'm preparing to be disappointed because I have, yeah, seriously, I am so terrified after my Ice Flutterwing. Okay, back to the breeding menu. So we have Ocean Lily, we have Faye. All that's left to do now is to press the breeding button and to spend my gems. Oh, I do not feel very good about this, guys, but I want to do this. I want to finish my collection so I can be like, guys, I have all of my Flutterwings. Okay, I think we got to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to postpone this for like next episode. All right, guys, in 3, 2, 1, let's breed my last little Flutterwing. Oh, please, please give me the new flourished mane and tail, please. Please, 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 please. Please. Okay, we got Ocean Lily's mane and we got the tail from the regular Flutterwing, but we got a crab. We got a bum pet. Oh my gosh, we got a bum pet. Okay, wait. Hello. Oh, you have crazy pink eyes. You are actually kind of scary looking. Oh, there's the little Flutterwing. Hang on, let's go onto the path so we can get a really good look at this horse. The eyes are purple. Where did those purple eyes come from? That is so bizarre. But look, we got the crabby bum pets. Oh, I love it. I actually really, really like that. But we did get the mix. Really surprising that we got the mix for the mane and tail. But I kind of think I like this. Like, I'm getting a bit of a tropical vibe from this horse now that we have that little, that mane with the lily in it, and then you have the regular yellow tail and then just the random crab on the bum. There's also a chance we can get some other flourishes with this baby, guys. There is a lot of potential. Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I like the eyes. Like the glowing parts of the eyes. I think the eyes behind it are fine. It's just like, yeah, I think because I'm not wearing a mask on this horse, I don't think I like the glow. Yeah. Hang on, let's go into the catalog because I'm not gonna have enough time to grow this horse up for this video so you guys can see. So we're gonna look at all the flourishes together here in the catalog. So here's the regular horse, and that's surprising. It has pink eyes as the default. Oh my gosh, that was so gorgeous. Oh, that was the mane and tail. There, see, that was what I wanted. That was what I wanted. That blue, long mane and tail. I don't know how we get that, but I've got to get it at some point. Oh, but there were two manes and tails I would have loved. I would have loved this. And I also would have loved the, I think it's, yeah, the Spring Clydesdale mane and tail. Okay, so apparently those are all the flourishes. The unfortunate thing is we still have these two little ugly antennae. So we're not going to be able to get rid of those. But I am pretty interested to see if we're going to get some flowers on this little bubba, because there were a lot of body flowers on the Flutterwings. It's just Ocean Lily doesn't have those. And actually, we should probably check Ocean Lily. Who are your parents? So it was Stormy and, oh no, an Autumn Clyde. Wait, so if I use the Autumn Clyde, that means if I get body flowers, it should be orange. Which, you know what? If I get the orange body flowers, I think I'd be okay with it because it kind of matches the crab, right? Because the crab is like red and orange. Yeah. And because of that breeding, my Flutterwing collection is officially complete, guys. We all started with Faye, and obviously with Faye, we made a whole bunch of Flutterwings. The first one was Party, who was my Storm Flutterwing, and unfortunately was a little bit of a disappointment, but I think at some point I will have to go back and maybe update this horse. Maybe I'll breed him again to try and get a nicer one. But after Party, we had little Cheese Fluff here, my very moldy cheese face glue Flutterwing, who I think at this point in time has to be my favorite. I really love how Cheese came out. The fact that, you know, Fluffy had a perfect mane and tail combo. Yes, it's a default Flutterwing, but I think it really matches, especially with the cheese face, which I think for Fluffy, I think it matches, especially with the glowing eyes. So Fluffy's a good one. After Fluffy, we bred Princess. And I do like Princess as well. I think Princess has to be my second favorite. Her colors are beautiful. And I actually really like the combo of stuff that she ended up getting thanks to Fluffy, because Fluffy was actually one of the parents for Princess. So Princess is gorgeous. Obviously, after Princess, we bred the Ice Flutterwing, and this was supposed to be, you know, my dream Ice Flutterwing, but unfortunately, we had a bit of a mishap with a cheese face, which was actually my fault. So I will take the blame for this. And yeah, guys, if you want to breed something and you don't want the chance of a cheese face at all, make sure you breed a Flutterwing with a fantasy that does not have any night glow in its line. If you have night glow in the line, then you have a really good chance of getting the cheese face. So yeah, unfortunately, this was my biggest fail so far. And then finally, to round out my collection, my little Petal Flutterwing right here. And hopefully this horse does make me proud, especially considering it is the last one to finish my collection. But oh gosh, I wish I got that mane and tail, guys. It looked so, so good in the preview. I think at some point I'm going to have to ask around, because I did hear some people say that it is possible to breed that mane and tail, but it is probably going to have to be like a specific combo of horses, which I will find out. And if I do find out, I'll let you guys know in my next video. But yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing this horse growing up in this video. You're going to have to wait till the next one, which means, unfortunately, that is it for today's video. Guys, thank you so much again for watching another video of Star Equestrian. Super sorry it is not a breeding update video, whether the update has dropped or hasn't dropped. It's just, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time this week, so I kind of had to do today, like this week's video a little bit early. But if the breeding update does come this week, I will cover it in next week's video, but if it happens next week, then obviously I'm going to be able to do a video on it as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be coming soon, because a lot of us are really, really excited for the update. But aside from that, guys, as always, if you enjoy my Star Equestrian content, do leave a like on this video so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you're new to the channel, hi there, my name is Dashabella. I'm a virtual equestrian VTuber, and I play a whole bunch of horse games on my YouTube channel. So if you enjoy horse games as much as I do, definitely consider subscribing to the channel to get future notifications for all of my future uploads. And if you haven't already and you use Instagram, do give me a follow on there as well, because I've been posting all of my past contest entries from Star Equestrian on my Insta. So if you want to know how I did in old contests, excuse me, the photo contests, you can check out how I did in my past contests all over on my Instagram. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week's video. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!